Welcome to Past People. Today we will explore the affair between Queen Victoria and John Brown. Throughout her lifetime, Queen Victoria faced significant sorrow and distress. Following the premature death of her husband, Prince Albert, she entered a prolonged period of mourning, consistently donning black attire as a mark of respect for her consort. This mourning attire persisted for the remainder of her life and extended for decades after his passing. Queen Victoria garnered widespread affection in Britain and is acknowledged as the grandmother of Europe. During her lengthy reign, she maintained a number of devoted servants ready to fulfill her every request. Known for occasionally sharp tongue, Victoria had one particular servant who became the subject of much speculation. John Brown, the Queen's Scottish attendant, emerged as her favourite companion. Despite facing disdain from some, including her heir, Edward VII, who perceived him as too informal, Brown provided great comfort to Victoria. While rumours circulated about a potentially serious and romantic relationship between Victoria and Brown, historical accounts vary on the nature of their connection. Born in December 1826 in Aberdeenshire, John Brown initially worked as a gillie at Balmoral Castle, leased and later purchased by Victoria and Prince Albert. His role evolved from an outdoor servant to a personal friend of Prince Albert. Following the prince's death, Brown assumed the position of the Queen's pony leader, affording him ample opportunities to converse with Victoria. Their relationship deepened and Brown became a close friend and companion to the grieving Queen. Victoria acknowledged Brown's dedication by awarding him 2 medals and commissioning a portrait for him, a gesture considered unconventional for a servant. Notably, Victoria also took time to sketch John Brown during her leisure moments, suggesting an underlying attraction. In addition to his companionship, Brown undertook practical responsibilities, such as brewing tea for the Queen's picnics, often with a dash of whiskey. One significant incident in October 1863 highlighted Brown's foresight and quick actions. During a carriage ride returning to Balmoral, the inebriated driver lost his way, leading to a crash on rough terrain. Brown, anticipating the danger, averted a potentially disastrous situation. Following that, he swiftly jumped from the carriage, rescuing the Queen and her ladies. He then freed the frightened horses and instructed the driver to fetch ponies for their return on foot. Although the Queen sustained injuries and was severely shaken, John Brown's foresight prevented further harm. During that period, there were numerous rumours surrounding Queen Victoria's connection with Brown. Some asserted that he held influence over the Queen. A Swiss newspaper even circulated a report claiming that the Queen was expecting a child with him, leading to widespread gossip. At the time, the notion of the Queen having a lover beneath her social standing, especially after her husband's death, was deemed scandalous. However, John Brown's loyalty to the Queen was rooted in service, setting him apart from many awestruck or intimidated servants and staff. In contrast to others, Brown exhibited a bold demeanour, occasionally speaking rudely to the Queen. If he disapproved of her attire, he would candidly express his opinion. Despite this brash manner, Victoria found it refreshing and welcomed the change. In 1872, during a carriage drive, a man with an unloaded pistol aimed it at the Queen, but Brown intervened, restraining the assailant until the police arrived. Despite Brown's uncouth manner, most of the royal family disliked him, fueling speculation about a potential marriage between him and the Queen. A rumour circulated that one of the Queen's chaplains, on his deathbed, confessed presiding over their alleged marriage. However, Brown's heavy drinking habits led to his death at the age of 56 at Windsor Castle on the 27th of May, 1883. In a letter to a Viscount regarding Brown's death, Victoria expressed profound fondness, describing their bond as true and strong. She emphasised Brown's outstanding qualities, including strength of character, fearlessness, kindness, justice, honesty, independence, and unselfishness. Victoria mourned his loss deeply, comparing it to the grief that she felt after Prince Albert's death. While there is no conclusive evidence of a physical relationship between Victoria and Brown, historians have speculated on the matter. However, what adds to the peculiarity of the situation is Victoria's explicit instructions to her doctor regarding her post-mortem arrangements, specifically concerning John Brown. She conveyed to Sir James Reed that her coffin should contain Albert's dressing gown, a plaster cast of his hand, and, surprisingly, a lock of Brown's hair. Additionally, she requested to be buried with a photograph of Brown wrapped in white tissue paper, placed in her left hand, and shockingly, John Brown's mother's wedding ring on her right hand. This peculiar request has led many to speculate about a possible relationship between the Queen and her former servant, raising suspicions. Despite the rumours, John Brown succumbed to an illness related to alcohol consumption, leaving a profound void in the Queen's heart. The inscription on his gravestone acknowledges the deep connection between him and the Queen, expressing affectionate and grateful remembrance for his 34 years of devoted service. Victoria herself wrote extensively about Brown's character, describing him as the best, truest heart that ever beat. She emphasised his unwavering devotion, courage and selflessness, mourning the irreparable loss of his comfort in her daily life. A statue at Balmoral stands as a tribute to his memory, although it is worth noting that many memorials and statues commissioned by Victoria for Brown were destroyed by her son, who harboured resentment towards him. The relationship between John Brown and Queen Victoria transcends the conventional bounds of servant and sovereign. Allegations of marriage and even of potential love child persist, indicating a level of intimacy between them. While doubts linger about the physical nature of their connection, the fact that Queen Victoria was buried with Brown's mother's wedding ring raises intriguing questions. Traditionally, such a ring is passed to a son's bride, prompting speculation about the depth of the Queen's bond with Brown. Though unlikely to be a formal marriage, it suggests a profound love between them, evident in public displays of affection and Brown's unique ability to carry Victoria up the stairs. The story of the Queen and her Scottish servant continues to captivate audiences even today. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to Past People for more stories.